Hello! As always, we're taking care of the market garden and harvesting vegetables on a regular basis, which you have seen many times already, and we're kind of tired of bringing the camera for it. Besides that, we don't have too much time to start other projects. This week we'll show you how we processed our plum harvest, built yet another door, took care of the greenhouse, and built a more long-term solution of a sign in front of the house. This is our first plum harvest since we moved into the house. We got more than 40 kilos out of our garden and were challenged with processing them as soon as possible. I don't have any experience with processing fruit. I tried 2 different recipes and Nini put some kilos into the freezer for delicious plum cake. First, we needed some human finger power and a knife to pit all the fruits, and this took a long time. For the first recipe, I just squeezed as many plums as possible into clean jars. In the pot, there's boiling water with some sugar. I honestly don't remember how much I put, and cinnamon. When the sugar was fully dissolved, I poured the liquid into the jars and just left about 2 centimeters of air before adding the lids. To preserve the fruit, I left the whole closed jars in the water of 90 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. And done. Haven't tried them yet. For the second recipe, I wanted to make mousse, because I think this form of fruit is versatile for using it later. So before boiling the plums, they had to go into the blender. After some minutes of letting it thicken, it was filled into clean jars and again boiled in 90 degrees hot water for preservation. Once they cool down, there should be negative pressure inside the jar, which shows in the lids being curved to the inside. We love the mousse in our breakfast oats, on cakes and in strudels.
For our 1-year anniversary last September, we put up this lovely sign made out of cardboard. Today, exactly 325 days later, it is time for an upgrade. For a more long-term solution, we decided to take a nice piece of wood and use a router to carve our name in it. After this is done, Kata paints it with a fine shade of violet. To finish this little project off, Wolfie gets out the old brush cutter and clears the area. Now all that's left is putting 2 sturdy posts in the ground and mounting the new sign.
By now, the greenhouse has turned into a jungle. It was time to free the tomato plants from all the leaves on the ground and give them some aid to climb up.
As the bigger infrastructure projects are done, we're starting to focus on some of the improvements. One of them is a simple door. Again, a door. In the fence, which leads us to our pump, which we want to start for the irrigation on a daily basis. After building the climbing aid for our honey lemons, we still had some white beech leftovers, which we wanted to use for this door. After checking that everything fits nice to the dimensions that I wanted to have, we used our most favorite joinery, which is a half overlapping one. At this point, we have shown you so many times how we do those, that even I am getting sick of explaining what we are doing, so here's a silent shot. As we really used nice wood, although there were leftovers, I wanted this project to be a little bit more special. So I started to clean up the surfaces of the different frame parts with a planer, make it all flush and level towards each other. After a quick round over of all the corners with the router, I glued in the cross section, which makes the whole door more rigid. Then I made some overlapping pieces, which will hold the fence in its place. And yes, the router setup is not the safest one. And now the only thing that is left is putting the door into its place, where it will serve us, and does already very well.